Well, today we are going to talk about words and how words matter. In the cancel our culture world, the overly politically correct has just gotten way, way, way out of control. We thought politically correctness was out of control. Now we got this cancel culture, and you can't say certain words. You can't say a mother. You can't. It's ridiculous. The whole potato head thing, ridiculous. It all is ridiculous. You just wonder, I'm living on planet Earth with some crazy people out there that did they not grow up with your mama teaching you? It's a little nursery rhyme that we are taught when we're little children. Little children know this. Sticks and stones can break my bones, but words can never hurt me. Now, why in the world would our parents teach us that? Because they know children are mean and they're going to say mean things. And they know we're going to get our feelings hurt. But they were trying to impress upon us the fact that, no, you're not going to really get hurt. You're allowing words that someone else say hurt you. And so we grew up that way. However, in the business world, if you want to be successful, there's certain words that you always need to be aware of and some do not ever use, some do's and don'ts. So I'm going to just give you a couple, because it's truly very, very important. I'm going to give you a couple of examples. It's like using the word but all the time. But this, but that. So let me say to you, you are beautiful. But what does that do? That word alone totally negates what I just said. So whatever I say after that, you're beautiful. But if you just would do your hair differently, if you color your hair, if you would not wear just anything I said, that's all you're going to remember. You're not going to remember the fact that I said you are beautiful. So I just want you, every time you write the word or the word starts to come out of your mouth, I want you to catch it and stop. Because that everything you say after the word but is negating everything you said at the beginning. Because all people remember. And it's a proven fact. Google it, look it up. The other thing is, you need a word. So Victoria, what do I say? If I don't say but this, you say however. Just use the word however. And every time you say a sentence, and I correct every single practically radio show I have, because you can see people just use but way too often. So anytime you can substitute that with however, that's like, okay, now I'm changing the subject, and this has nothing to do with you're beautiful. However, it is just use the word however at the beginning of a sentence or when you want to transition into something. And once you start practicing this, you're going to get totally what I'm saying, because you'll see it all the time. Now, when it was pointed out to me years ago, the word but, now I flinch when I hear the word but. I was in a meeting recently with clients, and somebody at my table said but, and that gentleman looked over at me and looked over at him and said, does he not understand he just negated everything he said after the word but? So that's important. Another word that is just so important, and there's many words, but this one in particular is if. If. Not if. Give you an example. People that send me emails all the time. They'll say, or text message even now, but they'll say, if you have a few minutes, give me a call. Now, you know what my brain goes to? Are you kidding? Have you seen my schedule? Are you kidding me? No, don't ever use the word if, because that if's never going to happen. I've seen marketing pieces come through to me, and they'll use if all the time. And if should never be a word you use. That is like, because people's brains go to, no, I'm never going to have a few seconds. I'm not. So they push that aside, and you have this stack. Just think, mentally a stack. You go way to the bottom. So ask somebody something very specific and say, when may I talk to you? At 3:00 today. You want them to be able to have to answer something. It's like, when are you going to have 5 minutes? I'm going to say never. But if you say, when can I visit with you? When is it a convenient time? And give me a time. And give me 3 choices and I'll say, this is more convenient than that, or none of these will work, but now I'm obligated to tell you. However, Tuesday at 3:30, I've got 5 minutes, I've got 10 minutes, I've got 15 minutes. That's what you do. So just think about the words you use. I'm going to give you one more because it's really important to me as well. And that is try. When people say they're going to, I'm going to try and do that. No, you're not. You're not. Guess what you're doing? You're lying to yourself, to somebody else, because you don't have a choice when you try. You either do it or you don't. I'm going to try to get to that project, Victoria. I'm going to try to give you a call. I'm going to try to play golf. I'm going to try to get out of this chair. I'm going to try. No, there's no trying. I either get up or I don't. There's no trying. That word is just useless 99% of the time when people say they're going to try to do something. Because when you tell somebody you're going to try to do something, their brain's already going, nah, they're just trying to kick that can down the road. That's not important to them. That's what people's psychology tells them when you do that. So don't use the word try. You tell a person, I'm going to do this. And if you don't do it, then you come back and say, this is the reason. I worked on this project yesterday. It didn't get completed for these reasons. I'm waiting for some research that I requested that I haven't gotten back yet. You don't email them and say, well, I tried to get that done for you, that proposal done for you, but I just didn't get it done. No, you say, I did the work, I'm waiting on the research, whatever the reason is, and you communicate that with people. Don't just leave people hanging, wondering, well, are they trying to get that done for me? They promised me, they committed. No, don't do that. Don't be that person. That's the average, ordinary, people out there in the world. So go out there, practice your words carefully, the ones that are important. All this other stuff that's going on in the world, you're about business. You're a serious person. You want to be super successful. That's what you do. For more information like that, you can always go to my 30-day e-challenge, which I share all of these things and help you work through. It's a workshop, and I help you work through that. So go to the master class at financialdiva.com, or you can also go to chapelwood.com. That's chapelwood.com with 2 P's, 1 L. Until next time, click, share, save.